This is News Today with WDW News Today. I am Eric Morton of WDWNT.com. Hello, thanks for joining us. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure that you never miss the latest from Disney theme parks around the world. Here now is the news for April 16th, 2025. And I said happy birthday to my mom last week. Yesterday, happy birthday to my dad. I won't say how old he turned, but it's more than 79 and less than 81. So a landmark birthday to my dad. First, a reminder about our Muppet event tickets. Obviously, we have in-person tickets for sale and streaming tickets also available for those that can't make it here to Orlando for the event. We're going to celebrate the life and loss of Muppet Vision 3D. That will culminate with us actually all going to experience the attraction. I guess it's not a ride, but go experience the attraction together on its final day of operation, June 7th. For more information, follow the link on the bottom of your screen. Tickets are going fast, but we will do our best to accommodate as many people as we can. Disney filed 6 new permits for the setup of a trailer complex that will support construction of the new Cars area coming to Magic Kingdom. The permits are for 5055 Caribbean Way at Magic Kingdom. This corresponds to a backstage area behind Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and Tiana's Bayou Adventure, not far from the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island. That will be demolished, of course, to make way for the new Cars attraction, I guess, whether we wanted to or not. I know that people don't agree on this one. People feel very passionately one way or the other. I'm going to be sad to see it go, though. The work is described in some of these permits, and some of the contractors are mentioned. It includes installing trailers. That's going to be McGrath Rentcor. Install FA system. That's Siemens Industry Incorporated. Install infrastructure. Specialty Plumbing LLC. Install FS systems. That's Fire Safety. International Fire Protection Inc. Electrical work. That's Bumgarner Electric. Install the HVAC is going to be Awesome Air Solutions Inc. The trailers will house offices for the Imagineering and construction teams working on that project. The Cars area is not a complete land, but it is an expansion within Frontierland. It'll include 2 rides, one meant to replicate an off-roading experience. The other is going to be some sort of family ride. We don't have a ton of details on that one yet. Late last year, Disney submitted their updated plans for construction to South Florida Water Management District. Of course, if you remember, the first plans were rejected. They required more detail. Then I think they requested an extension for more time to do it. They did it. Finally, those plans have been approved. The project is, as of now, moving forward, and those trailers are really our first sign of that. So keep an eye out. Walt Disney Imagineering shared a video sneak peek of the updated test track vehicles, part of the EPCOT attraction's Reimagining. In the video, the graphics fabrication team showed off new wraps and graphics on the cars. The graphics include the General Motors logo. The ride was sponsored by Chevrolet, which is a division of GM since 2012. It's going to be back to just the GM general sponsorship instead of that specific Chevy sponsorship. The cars have a subtler design, which means they are darker to blend in with the environment somewhat. For the design, the team leaned more towards an R&D version. Graphics include research development text on them. The cars also received new seats, paint, wraps, and interior graphics. You can see the video on our website. We'll give you a little glimpse. We glimpsed the cars testing on the ride's track earlier in the week too. The new cars, they have this sort of modern matte, I think it looks kind of like a matte black look with a little blue accents. The reimagined ride will open at EPCOT in the late summer of this year after a year-long closure. It will take inspiration from World of Motion. That was the original EPCOT attraction in that footprint. Test Track then replaced it. World of Motion, also sponsored by GM, by the way. It took guests through the history of transportation. It closed back in '96. Then Test Track opened in 1998. I kind of miss World of Motion, if I'm honest. In 2012, it was reimagined for the first time, becoming what people call Test Track 2.0. Obviously, we have POV rides of that on our site. You can check those out on YouTube. This reimagining is focused more on the ride experience instead of the pre and post shows. Imagineers plan to bring the spirit of optimism for World of Motion to this reimagining. So I'm hoping, keep your fingers crossed. It's gonna be a big one. This is getting lost in the shuffle, right? This ride reopening this summer is kind of, everyone's talking about Monsters Inc. and Muppet Vision 3D and Rock and Roller Coaster and Cars out at Rivers of America. We have Epic Universe down the road and all kinds of other stuff going on, but this has kind of flown under the radar. But yeah, this is reopening in just a few months. A new Pastel Figment Loungefly backpack and matching ear headband will soon arrive on the Disney Store website and presumably in the parks as well. The Loungefly backpack is very similar in design to the brightly colored version that's available. Like the collection promises, it reimagines Figment in pastel versions of his usual bold purples and oranges. His wings sprout from the back of the bag while his horns peek over the top of the front. His belly makes up the front zipper pocket. The ear headband is soft pink, like his stomach. It has two bumpy ears reminiscent of gears of the Imagination Pavilion logo. Each ear then has a pale purple circle dotted with white stars and an image of Figment in the center as a soft purple bow. Figment is the latest in a series of Pastel Loungefly products. Previous releases include Winnie the Pooh, Cheshire Cat, Figaro, and Baymax. I know someone asked in the comments last week why we waste their time with descriptions of things. I want to remind people that there are members of our audience that are blind or have difficulty with their vision. That is something that we try to do occasionally to give some details of these things to everyone in our audience. Club Cool at EPCOT is once again missing flavors from multiple drink machines. Boy, the saga just keeps going on this. Earlier this year, Club Cool had issues with multiple flavors disappearing from the soda fountains. 2 drink stations were completely out of every flavor, with other stations missing, well, 2 or 3 flavors each maybe. It would seem supply issues are popping back up again, as we noticed that 3 of the 6 drink stations were missing flavors. On Tuesday, the first drink station was missing Russia's cucumber Sprite. That's just fine with me. I don't need cucumber Sprite from Russia. The description for the flavor reads, Sprite originally launched in 1961 and is now enjoyed in multiple countries around the world. Sprite Cucumber from Russia has a crisp cucumber flavor, providing a refreshing twist on this classic lemon lime beverage. Third drink station was missing Korea's Minute Maid Joy Apple Lychee. This flavor is a still beverage with ripe apple and lychee notes. Lychee is a tropical and subtropical fruit tree native to southern China and now cultivated in many parts of the world. The last drink station was missing the infamous Beverly flavor from Italy. This bitter beverage is described, I'm sorry to call it bitter, guys. It's bitter. It's not good to many of us, but it's the rite of passage beverage, I think, for EPCOT, really. It's a popular non-alcoholic aperitif that is traditional part of Italian refreshment culture. The other 3 beverage stations have all of the 8 flavors. The flavors that are now missing from the 3 stations are the same ones that remained available earlier this year while others were out of stock. We're rotating things in and out. Look, global issue maybe, I don't know. These flavors may be beginning to run out due to being the only choices guests had back when those other ones were available. Who knows? I guess it's hard to keep these in stock. I don't think you can run down to your local Coca-Cola plant and order up a batch of these. They probably come in from God knows where. A new Spaceship Earth light-up ear headband is available at Walt Disney World. We found the accessory for sale at Creation Shop in EPCOT. It sells for $34.99. The ear headband resembles Spaceship Earth and features icons relating to the various areas and attractions of EPCOT. The center bow has a block-style design with imagery of characters and icons that relate to EPCOT. Where else? Spaceship Earth is featured along with the EPCOT logo. The word Discovery is also seen throughout the design, as are Groot and Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Figment can be seen in a light bulb style hot air balloon. Mickey's also displayed throughout the design. The headband is a bright blue with the EPCOT logo in white text on one side. The interior of that headband is lined with a light blue non-slip velour. The ears light up in various colors, including blue, purple, pink, green, and yellow, similar to how Spaceship Earth is all aglow in the evening, or one of the shirts that we're going to be launching soon. The design of the ears resembles the triangular panels in the decorative style of the exterior of Spaceship Earth. The ear headband comes with a charging cable and no batteries are needed. The charging port can be found on the back of the headband near the bow, which is also removable. Getting more of these light up headbands. I think they're pretty cool. That Norway one is pretty cool. I know a lot of people are still talking about that one. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head over to www.nt.travel and their team will design your next magical vacation, from Disney World and Disneyland to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and so much more. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free, so book today. Here's a testimonial from Heidi Gale. This came in March. Working with Kim at Be Our Guest Vacations was wonderful. She booked our excursions, which saved me so much time and hassle. I hope to get to work with her again soon. I assume that was for a Disney cruise, so check them out. They're very helpful, and with a lot of the news you're going to be seeing later in this show, you're maybe going to want to go on, I don't know, the Destiny. Let's talk about that in a minute. A trio of Asian small-clawed otter pups has made their debut at Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's baby season, apparently. 3 otter pups, Butternut, Biscuit, and Potato, debuted. It sounds delicious. They debuted at Disney's Animal Kingdom on Friday, April 11th. The 3 pups were born in December and have spent the last few months learning how to be otters and bonding with their mother, May, and their father, Kevin, backstage. May and Kevin. I love it. The pups are now ready to explore their habitat of the Otter Grotto and greet guests. Butternut, Biscuit, and Potato are the first otter pups since 2018 to be born at Disney's Animal Kingdom that can still be found at the park. Butternut, Biscuit, and Potato are Asian small-clawed otters and are the smallest of the otter species. They are born with their eyes closed, and it takes several weeks for the otters to be able to open them and begin swimming and eating solid food. The otters depend on their parents to teach them about necessary behaviors, since their species does not rely much on natural-born instinct. The otter pups are not the only baby animals obviously born at Animal Kingdom recently. Earlier this month, the baby Maasai giraffe Tucker was born. He's the first Maasai giraffe born at the park since 2021. Obviously, baby tiger Baxo is a big deal. He was really has quickly become a favorite amongst the guests. He was born at Disney's Animal Kingdom back in September of 2024, made his debut in January of this year. Baxo is the first Sumatran tiger cub to be born at the park in 7 years. Lots of babies to see, all of them adorable. Check out Animal Kingdom. The Disney Skyliner at Walt Disney World Resort will close for a short refurbishment in early 2026. According to Disney, the Skyliner will close for routine maintenance from January 25th through 31st of 2026. During that closure, guests are encouraged to utilize Disney's complimentary bus service. The Disney Skyliner is a gondola lift system that opened in 2019 at Walt Disney World. The transportation system is comprised of 5 stations that service 4 resorts and 2 of the 4 theme parks, with a fleet of more than 250 gondola cabins that can hold up to 10 guests each. That would be a tight one, I'll tell you that. Or up to 6 with an open wheelchair or electric scooter. This mode of transportation is the only gondola system in North America to have separate stationary loading and unloading platforms at each station, with the exception of Disney's Riviera Resort Station. It's also the second double loading aerial lift system in the U.S. Connected along the Skyliner is Disney's Pop Century Resort, Disney's Art of Animation Resort, Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, and Disney's Riviera Resort via the central hub, the Caribbean Beach Resort Station. Guests can board a Skyliner gondola to either EPCOT, the International Gateway part of EPCOT, or Disney's Hollywood Studios. This is important information you're going to want to know if you're planning a Disney trip. Maybe you want to stay at a Skyliner resort and it's not going to be available. I would suggest embracing that bus life or finding another resort. At any rate, pretty short closure. I don't know what maybe they tighten up the cables, take the slack out of them, or put some WD-40 on this thing. I don't know how the Skyliner works. hopefully it's good maintenance and not just because something's broken. Construction walls have been set up in the lobby of Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa as renovation work begins. Last week, of course, Disney released concept art for the renovation of the Grand Floridian lobby, with a previous announcement stating that work is set to begin this month and last through November. Construction walls are now up as work begins to transform the resort's lobby. The white construction walls extend out into the center of the lobby. They go over areas of the carpet, which will also be replaced eventually. Couches, chairs, and tables have been moved in front of the walls, and the piano is still in place at the center of the lobby. Furnishings in the lobby will also eventually get a refresh with rich finishes and brass accents, they say, alongside, quote, cozy fabrics. The large decorative bird cage is still in place behind the construction walls. The walls also extend out into the tiled walkway behind the center of the lobby. Guests can still travel behind the walls, but it does block part of that pathway. From the second floor of the lobby, you can see the work taking place behind those white walls. It also gives a better view of how much of the first floor area is now inaccessible to guests. A large section of the center lobby on the ground floor is now behind those walls. I went to Citric Coast on Sunday, caught the end of the Masters there, by the way, and yeah, the walls weren't there, and then poof, they were there. They worked quick. At the end of the walls, the Grand Cottage is still open and serving Easter and spring-themed treats. The Grand Cottage opened for the 2025 season on March 18th. In a recent announcement, Disney shared that the annual gingerbread display, of course, will not return to the resort for the 2025 season at least, due to the lobby refurbishment. Cinder blocks are set up behind the construction walls to help hold them in place. The planters on either side of the bird cage are devoid of any flowers or plants. It's more of a utilitarian planter at this point. As shown in the concept art, the area will be transformed into a new lobby bar that will take inspiration from the iconic bird cage that is now behind those construction walls. The lobby bar will feature intricate woodwork, stained glass, brass accents, paying tribute to the resort's Victorian roots and vibes. The Victorian cage-style elevators also included in that concept art, which will remain intact following that overhaul. Work on the lobby again began on Monday. It's going to go throughout most of this year. A new reopening date for It's a Small World at Disneyland Park has been revealed on the Disneyland Resort website, indicating that the attraction will resume operations 2 weeks later than originally announced. The official Disneyland Resort website calendar lists operating hours for the attraction beginning on May 9th from 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. The attraction is no longer on the refurbishment list after May 8th, indicating reopening on May 9th. The attraction was previously going to reopen on April 25th. It's a Small World has been closed since January, making this a nearly 4-month-long refurbishment. When the ride initially closed, a reopening date had not been announced. Previously, the attraction closed from September to November of last year for another lengthy refurbishment. During that time, the ride was repaired and It's a Small World seasonal holiday overlay was added. Construction at the attraction has been ongoing now for several months. Our most recent update detailed construction walls shifting outside of the attraction, and that revealed more brickwork going on. The new pavement work now features a zigzag pattern of black and red bricks. The clock face of the attraction was also recently removed and replaced with a decal as the refurbishment work continues. A new verse of the classic It's a Small World song will debut during the 70th anniversary out at Disneyland. It's going to be a tribute to the Sherman Brothers. They deserve it. New dolls from the Pixar film Coco will also be added to the Mexico scene of the ride. Duffy and Friends' 20th Colorful Happiness has kicked off at Tokyo DisneySea, celebrating 20 years of the lovable bear. The park is decorated for the occasion with banners, signs, murals, and more. Guests will see the first Duffy-inspired decor upon entering Mediterranean Harbor. Columns are wrapped in blue and gold decorations featuring the celebration's logo and Mickey motifs. Atop each column is a plaque of Duffy's face and the logo. Banners hang on either side of the tunnel entrance. These have a white background and blue border. Colorful bubbles, a recurring motif for the celebration, are pictured with icons representing each of Duffy's friends. If you didn't know it, these are very, very popular in Asia. Duffy's face and the 20th logo are near the top. Above the entrance is a bubble-covered marquee. In the center is a gold-framed sign with a stained glass style image of 20 Duffy and Friends logo. Duffy is pictured in one of the stained glass bubbles. This display window of the Emporio features plush of Duffy and Friends enjoying the American waterfront in a diorama. Each plush is wearing their new celebration outfit. They're looking up at floating bubbles. There are physical bubble bobbles and projected bubbles. In the background is the park's Cape Cod Lighthouse. These banners each feature Duffy or two of his friends playing among bubbles. You get it? Bubbles. There's a lot of bubbles. The pairs are Cookie Ann and Gelatoni, Shelly Mae and Lena Bell, and Olumel and Stella Lou. Similar artwork is on these pennants hanging from lampposts throughout Mediterranean Harbor. The pennants have colorful ribbons on their top corners. Characters are pictured solo on many of these pennants. All the images have blue and gold borders. The filigree along the bottom features a hidden Mickey, by the way. Duffy was introduced in Tokyo DisneySea back in 2005, actually, although he was derived from the Disney bear first created at Walt Disney World in 2002. A lot of people think the same thing. Slightly different for the people that are really into Duffy canon. Duffy's friends were introduced at various Disney theme parks around the world over the past 20 years. Lena Bell is the newest friend. She was introduced in 2021 at Shanghai Disneyland. Shelly Mae, Gelatoni, who's kind of our little favorite here, I think, at WWNT. A cat that paints with his tail, I mean, come on. Them and Stella Lou, those were all introduced at Tokyo DisneySea between 2010 and 2017. Cookie Ann debuted in 2018 at Hong Kong Disneyland, and Olumel debuted that same year at Aulani, a Disney resort and spa in Hawaii. The umbrellas over tables outside Mama Biscotti's bakery have been replaced with new Duffy and Friends shades. They each have golden edges featuring the 20th logo and Mickey motifs. The panels on the top are various colors with pictures of Duffy or his pals. This one shows Duffy blowing bubbles between blue designs. A fountain surrounded by colorful potted plants is topped with colorful happiness decorations. A gold frame holds flowers plus logo decor. Colorful happiness is in a bed of flowers below the frame with a rainbow of ribbons hanging above the water. Duffy details everywhere. You can find out more on our site. There's tons going on in Tokyo. Tom is wrapping up his Tokyo visit now. I know we saw quacky duck city and all this nonsense. He's got some wild room tours of different hotels he stayed at along the way. And he just wrapped up covering the Tokyo DisneySea Food and Wine Festival. That video will be dropping in the next few days. It's going to probably take him a while to get it uploaded. He is traveling now as he makes his way to the west coast of the U.S., where he'll be for the next few weeks. But yeah, there's a lot of Duffy stuff to see out there. I know people are very, very excited about that. Disney Cruise Line has unveiled a new bus wrap design featuring characters from Pixar's Inside Out. The new design features characters from the film, including fear, anger, disgust, sadness, and joy. The porthole-style decals are green, yellow, blue, purple, and red, which reflect each emotion's color and corresponding memory orbs. Below the porthole windows is a DCL logo and Mickey emblem at the front of the bus. The bus also retains its nautical color scheme of dark blue, gold, and red. It's just one of many designs that are being rolled out over the next several weeks. I've seen several. Keep your eyes out. I know the first ones that showed up were like Mickey and Friends. They had Chip and Dale on there. We've seen Coco. We've seen Peter Pan. We've seen Tangled. We've seen Inside Out. I think The Incredibles. There's a lot of these rolling out. Take pictures, send them in if you find them. Let us know. We're trying to catch them all, as they say. And speaking of cruise line, DCL invited WWNT to a preview of some of their new ships offerings before the Disney Destiny sets sail later this year. So I was allowed to go out there and get some of this preview. Much of this took place aboard the Disney Wish, which is strange if you think about it. We basically got on there as the final guests were getting off the ship, and then we had our preview, and then the other guests boarded the ship that were leaving on their voyage. Quick turnaround. We got a lot of information to share with you. Among the ship's venues, of course, we already knew, will be DeVille's, a lounge inspired by Cruella DeVille from 101 Dalmatians. And one of the dinner show venues aboard the upcoming Destiny is Pride Land's Feast of the Lion King. Now, we got sort of glimpses into this, not when we were aboard the Wish, but later back at the Contemporary and Fantasia Ballroom. They showed us a little bit of this. You can see a lot more information on wwnt.com for complete articles about these two new venues on the ship and the exclusive offerings, including the Hyena Sipper that'll be available for purchase at Pride Land's Feast of the Lion King. We also saw much more information, a lot of merchandise, met some characters, saw new concept art, and those articles dropped throughout the website. I'm actually going to be filming a little recap of that so that people that, grumble in the comments that they don't want to see cruise line comments or content, they can just not watch that if they want to. And the people that really care about the cruise line stuff can watch me talk about more of this stuff in greater detail. I'm actually going to go film that when we get done here. All tickets to attend Destination D23 2025 at Walt Disney World Resort are now sold out according to the official D23 website. Tickets for the event went on sale on April 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and as of 2:50 p.m. Eastern Time, all ticket options were sold out. So those tickets, there were GA tickets for $299, Preferred for $549, and Premier for $799. All of that is sold out. Each of these tickets includes a variety of benefits, including access to all kinds of photo ops, shopping opportunities, guaranteed seats, all this kind of stuff. Anyway, all those are gone. I hope you have a friend that got you a ticket. We'll be there. I'm sure. I'm sure some of us got tickets to go. I didn't go, or I didn't get tickets, but somebody in the organization did, and we'll be there to cover it for you coming up later this year. For the absolute latest on these stories and all those stories that did not make it onto today's show, be sure to check wwnt.com, and of course follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. How else can you support us? Well, you can support the entire team. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this show happen each and every week. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for your support. It means a lot. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Eric Morton saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.